Morning everyone, first coffee of the day, and we're cruising out here to start checking the trap line. This is morning 8, day 9, so we've had a little bit longer here than what we thought, trying to work in with the landowners, make sure when they're going to be home and watching this weather, but also I don't feel I finished this job properly here now. I reckon I've got at least another 4, maybe 5 dogs that are possible. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that just... When you see things like that and it gives you a smile, it doesn't need to be $1 million. It doesn't need to be, something fancy. This is just living. This is just being out here living, and it makes you smile. Right, where was I? Yeah, 2 of the set patterns I've got in, I've had to be so discreet to try and dodge the cattle, because the cattle are coming past them real hard, and I think I've got literally too discreet on them, and the dogs are going past, leaning in, having a sniff, but they're not committing a little bit extra to get them to get a foot in that trap. Okay, let's look at how we mix it up a bit. Okay, I've just changed cards in my trail camera here in the Browning, and it shows that I've had 2 dogs past here. One went straight past like that, and there might even been 3 dogs past, but another one's come along and gone right into that trap set, but hasn't committed itself. It hasn't gone. Now what's wrong? I'm going to go over there now and see if I can maybe make it just a little bit better. It looks like every cattle beast that's gone past has stuck their nose in here too, which has probably messed things up. There might even be a stick across the trap set. But I think I'll freshen it up with a little bit of probably a bit more urine maybe. Maybe some dog urine I'll put in there. And let's try and catch this dog if it comes back past. Okay, where is my set? It's all messed up. You'd think it's there, but it's not. There's the pan there. Okay, so what's happened is the cattle have come and knocked the stick over that pan. There's my trap right there. There's my trap there. Cattle have knocked the stepping stick over it, and the dogs have come into here, but they haven't walked there. So I'll just change this a little bit. What I'll do is I'll put a lure of some type there. This is where we had the first squeaker. Caught a dog here. I'll put something else here as a maybe a scat or some sign there, and see if we can get this dog to step on that. Now, when Mossy was having a first season, I collected urine from her on pieces of rag. And what I'll do is I'll put them over here now. So I want that dog to step there. I'll put this right in here somewhere. Hopefully the cattle won't walk on it. So I want that dog to step closer and put a foot there. Let's check the other 2 traps. We've got one trap here, and this has got magnum core on the tips of those couple of leaves. Nothing has touched that, okay? It's just there over that side of the stepping stick. Nothing has, these dogs have walked right past it. Okay, I don't see any sign because the cattle have gone through it pretty hard. It's strange, nothing has come at that. Right there. I've got another another trap set up on top of the bank here with scat. Nothing. It just might be that they're a little bit hawky, these ones now. They've seen a couple of their mates get caught, and they're saying, no way. Even if it smells a bit different, we're not touching it. Now I'll be surprised if this trap is in one piece. Have you wrecked it? Yep, you've wrecked it. Thanks very much. I'm trying to help you. Well, we might shift that trap. There's not much use, Mossy, having it wrecked 2 days in a row. So we'll shift it and we'll put it somewhere else. And this is where I had hoped to pick up a dog. This set over here is where we got the squeaker and a blind set. Nothing. I've come up here to where I've got the sets by the gate. That one's got urine on it. And this one's got the squeaker up in the tree. And have a look here. That is a track right there. Right there. And the pan will be there. Missed by this much. Righto. I'll put a bit of leaf or something there, leaf litter, to try and steer that animal back this way a little bit more. And what I'll do as well is I'll set up the Reconyx Ultrafire and we'll put it up overlooking this trap. And we'll see what happens next time he comes back. Just heard the sad news that Toby Keith has died, and yeah, wow, you just thought someone like that would be there forever. Loved his music, and lately that old song of his, you know, "Don't Let the Old Man In," that's been inspirational, because as you get a little bit older in the tooth, that's one thing you've got to try not to do. Don't let the old man in. Now that's a classic example back there. Righto, that's where the calf kill is. That's where there would have been a lot of activity of dogs. Okay. Righto, we've caught a lot of dogs either side, but we haven't caught a dog at that. Hang on, what we got here? Fresh dog. Right, oh, okay. So there's a fresh dog trap coming away from that spot there where the calf was killed. But they haven't gone in and committed. Now, is it a case of like guilty consciences that these dogs know that something happened there and they come, they might check it, but for some reason they go, oh, no, we're not going in there. Trying to work out the psychology of these animals. I'm seeing different patterns here. I'm seeing that some of them will go straight back in on where something has died violently. One of their mates has died violently and they'll go straight back in and get caught. And other ones will go there and they'll want to go in, but they'll just hawk off the outside. They'll just keep going around. I think the trouble for us is working out what type of dog you're dealing with. You might have all types of dogs, which you will have. You will have all types of personalities in that pack. If you've got a pack coming in, so let's say you've got 4 dogs coming in to a trap set, and you've probably got 4 different personalities. Just like here, I've got 2 different personalities here with this pair. There's nothing clearer there. In the back here, we've got Bungie. He's still going to be a lovely, lovely dog, but talk about lack of enthusiasm. He's like a millennial or a Generation Z, you know? What do we got here? So there I've got 3 different personalities in the front seat here with me. We've got that in a pack of dogs. You catch the one that fell for that trap set, that personality, doesn't mean the other 2 are going to react the same way to the same set, so you might have to mix it up a bit. So there's the dilemma again. If I get out here and check these traps and put any of my scent on the ground, I can bet my boots that these little critters are going to come straight back in and see what I was looking at. If I go over here and refresh the scent, put a different lure or do something like that, yeah, it's not going to last 5 minutes, and these guys are going to go straight in and trash it. So, yeah, you got to work around them. How do we do this? Okay, 4 of the 5 traps have been smashed again overnight. Right, time to pull these ones. Yeah, I think we've just got too much cattle activity on here now. They know something's there and they're just going to wreck them. So this trap here didn't fire at all. Nothing. Would have worked perfectly. Okay, so this has been a successful trap here. There's our little squeaker. Here's our little squeaker. It's done a great job, that kill squeak. That battery has lasted 8-9 days. This is the set. Just that pig would have stood right there. Put his foot right there, just to one side of it. Okay. Oh, reliable Jakes. Okay. Just had it shackled off underneath the tree here. Nothing fancy. Old fashioned, but it worked. I feel that I could have done better, but my problem here is the cattle. To get the traps out where you want to be able to get them, to get that dog that doesn't want to commit himself, he doesn't want to go in that last little bit, you need to put your traps out. You need to have some blind sets out. When the cattle are like this, you'd have them all wrecked. And as soon as you get a wrecked trap, well, when your dog is coming along and looking at a trap in the ground, it's sort of starting to educate itself. It knows exactly what a trap is, knows what they smell like, know the whole lot, and they've seen that on the foot of one of their buddies, so 1 or 2 or more of their buddies. So yeah, it can be a real education program. You don't want the dogs to see your exposed traps, so you don't want the cattle to wreck them. You put them in out under cover to stop that, and then you get less hits at the dogs. So it's a vicious circle. Okay, so what I do here is I go to my Ventor map and find the pin that I'm at, check that I don't have a camera there, check how many traps that I had set there, because sometimes you confuse yourself, and make sure you pull that amount of traps out that you've got recorded, and then have a think and make sure you haven't put an extra one in that you didn't write down, and then change the colour back to a colour that's like a dormant colour. Go to your next one. Look at this, the morning cuddle. She comes over, plonks herself on my lap and gives me a big smooch, and then when she's right, off she goes. That's it, you've had your smooch. You're still having fun, are you? Oh, okay. Good to be appreciated. Smooch up. Brandon, hey? What are you doing, Brandon? What are you sniffing, Brandon? What we got here, Brandon? here saying we got nothing. I rocked into here and said, looks like we got nothing. This is where I put the chital deer backbone and head, wrapped it around a tree on that trap, and said, maybe we can do something. And I rocked in here looking at it, and no, we got nothing. Looked the other side, and we got this yellow dog. Good. I think this is another one out of the pack. So let's get a shot. You want to do the shooting? Do you? I see someone commented yesterday there, they said, have you ever thought about doing a trapping school? And yeah, I have. I have been asked to do them in the past. But this is my trapping school. Okay, there's hundreds of videos now out there that I've made and put them up free on YouTube for people to hopefully just pass on some of the stuff that I know. People say you're crazy, you're giving this to your opposition. You know, I don't really see it like that. Yeah, I've put a lot of this stuff up, and I've had people come back to the same landowners I trap on and offer to do it for free and come in and cut my grass. Okay, yeah, I've had that happen, and it's sad, it hurts, but yep, that's the Aussie way of doing things. And I just move on. I just usually zip it and move on. It's a difficult one because I really do try and do the best job I can for everybody, and I'm trying to put across the knowledge I've got, whether it be good, bad, whether it's be useful or useless or whatever. Here it is. This is how I do things. I was reluctant to start doing it, right for a start for these reasons, but we've done it. We've got hundreds of clips up there now, and I'll keep doing them, and I really do appreciate, and it makes it all worthwhile, the people that you can see honestly appreciate it and getting something out of it. So this is our trapping school. It's not just me. Like, I've got little Judy back there at home. Her knees are giving a heck at the moment. She'd love to be here with me. She would, and I'll miss having her here with us. Terrific company. Anyway, it's not happening, but we do appreciate what people are doing. So the only way we can make a few dollars out of it is through the Google system, through the ads and whatever, and they demonetize us and back and forwards and whatever, and we make this little bit out of it. But that's where it helps if you can like it and share this on Facebook, and you make a comment, pass it on. Is fantastic. If you can go to our Patreon channel and even join as a free member, I don't care. If you feel like throwing a few dollars behind us, fantastic. That really helps. We're not someone that goes with our hand out to anybody. Right? What's that old song? Yeah, there's probably been too much of a knucklehead my whole life. Anyway, that's the way it is. That's the way it is. So yeah. Thank you all. This is the McGhie Trapping School. Okay, let's pull these ones out too. They've had their time in the sun. The trail camera never recorded a single living being that went past these 3 traps. Unbelievable, nothing. Disappointing, because I really did think these ones would fire. And nothing wrong with the jakes.